I call this meeting of the Randall School Board to order on Monday, May 4th, 2026 at 5:31 p.m. Roll call, Mrs. Gurkowski. Here. Mr. Nolan.
Here.
Ms. Storr.
Here.
Mr. Swanson.
Here.
And Mrs. Thornton here. We'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We need an approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? And
No
I
citizen
believe there are no
comments.
citizens. So probably no.
We have none.
No citizens at all.
Maybe they're online.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to election of officers.
I make a motion to nominate Jeff Swanson as president.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay.
You just
Okay.
have to vote. However way you
Yay,
go.
sorry. I was trying to log in here.
Oh, sorry about the.
No one is
time.
told of
That's
the
okay.
rules.
That's why I was, that's why I explained.
Okay,
I'm trying
sorry,
to
I
log
didn't mean to
in.
go fast. You need to log in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want us to revote? Would you like us to
Unless
revote?
yours is open and I can just switch
Mine is
yours,
not
because now
open
I'm
either.
there.
Here, do you want to use mine? I can. You're more than welcome.
Sorry, I thought you were ready.
No, that's
I
okay.
asked if everyone was
There's
ready.
just so much happening.
Okay.
Oh,
And we've done it before and you haven't. That's why I looked
Right.
at you
No,
because
that's
you didn't
okay.
say anything.
No, I was just like,
She's abstaining.
Well, I thought maybe she was gonna nay.
Well, and
yeah,
that's
there
still
could be an A.
You're allowed.
You rubbed it the wrong way.
I didn't do anything yet.
so it's completely your choice.
Good idea.
You just have to vote
Right,
one way
no,
or another.
I get that, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That just
I
happened
just-
so quickly that I literally was like,
It
Okay.
did.
I don't even entirely know what we just voted on, let alone.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
Jeff Swanson being board president.
Okay.
Yay or nay?
Because the way you said it, I thought you said him not being board president. And I was like, that really is kind of coming in.
I would-
I was like,
Randy, vote
what?
ever.
That's literally what I thought I heard, so I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be. I mean, I kind of thought that too.
Right?
So,
Okay.
So then I'm.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
I'm like,
and then I'm like, okay, no. That's not the other way, so.
So,
Yeah, okay.
So are we all on the same page now? Okay.
So vice president?
I make a motion to Lisa Storr for vice
Nominate.
president.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
I make a motion for Mary Thornton to be treasurer.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
I
We
motion
nominate-
from Randy. Clerk.
Second. All those in favor?
Who had second?
Either one of us. We both did, so who are you?
I'll give
All those
Mary the
opposed.
second.
President, would you like to take over this meeting?
I'm a delegate. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, so next we're going to move to committees and delegates. So we can have a conversation.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
does
the board,
anyone
we had, so on this sheet,
care?
this is what all of the committees and delegations were last year. I think it's worse since we have Melissa here to talk through what the
Yeah.
committees are and kind of what
See
we
if you
want
have a
and
preference.
preference of where people want to be.
okay. I mean, is everybody kind of move each time? Does it not matter?
It depends year to year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
If there's something that you feel like you're very passionate about, that you're like, hey, I'd really like to be part of that one.
or like if you really hate finance, you don't have to do that one.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably not gonna be my like go-to.
Because that's where Stephen was,
So-
so we'll.
I would love to add one committee
Okay.
Okay.
this year. And that would be personnel.
Winter Wonderland. So
Winter Wonderland. I would love to
that
have a
is part
personnel.
of engagement and communications, right?
We do talk about personnel and engagement and communication.
But do you guys review contracts? Do you get into the actual personnel issue?
I mean, I don't know that we've done contracts before, but we can, I mean, if we wanted to define what that committee does more, we could do that.
You could do, not to add a committee, but you could do a personnel and policy,
Mm-hmm.
because those are two things that,
So take policy out of,
I'm just offering it.
Safe
Safe
and
and
orderly.
orderly.
It could be an
Because
option.
safe and orderly, we really don't do anything with policy, but we have,
I mean,
so
we have
don't
adopted
discuss
buildings
it,
and grounds into that.
but I
But I feel
do,
like policy falls in.
you do have to like
Or-
read it all.
I review every single one that she,
Yep.
Which is
like in depth.
Yes.
Or we still put it
Good job
into,
of the policy.
You're a very good
We
student.
could bring it into that one.
we could make sure. that it's
I would
covered?
feel like putting
Personnel
into
into it?
engagement, like just defining more that's where contract review. I think personnel either falls into financial or engagement. I think it kind of falls
I
into.
think
I
maybe
don't
more
think it's financial. I don't.
Yeah.
I think
And the
that,
only reason I say that is because contracts.
Yeah,
I understand, I think
Contracts are
that's,
an overlap, and some things are.
Yeah.
yeah, I think having two different committees looking at the financial side
Yeah,
is
and
great.
then one of the personnel
But
side
the
of it.
personnel side's a different issue.
I think that's fine.
And I also
So I
think,
just think we could,
I think the financial one is a big enough bucket on its own.
I agree.
That I don't wanna, that's not one I think that you should put more into. In my opinion.
especially going into this year, it's, all these committees can probably have a little more work just because of different people
Yeah.
that are coming and going. Whether we farm out to CISA or whatever we do with business management, there's gonna be a little more structure needed there.
So what are you thinking, the separate personnel and policy, or to just,
I just would love to
Categorize
see it addressed
better.
in, if you want to put it in safe and orderly, that's fine, I have no problem with that. You wanna put it somewhere else, I just would love to see a focal point.
I would say keep it in engagement and communication,
We
but
could
just
add
make
it.
that be
We
like
could add it
a focus of what that group is, that
Okay.
contract review is
Ad
done
hoc?
there.
Or what?
Because we do
we
personnel
do
report in
personnel
that, in
every
that meeting.
every month.
Put
Yeah.
personnel
We just-
here.
Yep.
We can get better
Yep.
questions and answers and be on top of it more. Have that initial contract review done there.
That's kind of where I'm
Yeah.
with it.
So I'll make it a new category in engagement so that it's in there, but if there's not something for that, that would be blank, but if there was whatever, they'll be there.
So we sort of got sidetracked. We were gonna go over what the different committees are
Yes,
from Melissa,
sorry, I
right?
just,
Yeah, so so financial stewardship technology, it's exactly what it sounds like. We're going over, any purchases, contracts, technology updates that the school needs. It's a financial
budget
conversation,
committee.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Learning and academics, I know Mary, you've been kind of the chair
That's-
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more like the principal side of things, so curriculum, staff development, continuous improvement plan stuff.
Personal opinion, I think that would be a good one for you. I'm on it now, but I think it'd be something that you would take interest in, especially as you taught here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff that we've gone over in the past is like sale or new curriculums and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely familiar with how that impacts the classroom.
Sorry, keep going.
Safe and orderly, you guys.
safe,
Chair.
go ahead, it's yours, no, it's mine, actually, wow. Safe and orderly is, it used to be a committee that was primarily just what's that, safe and orderly around the school, cameras, stuff like that. Well, that kind of lent itself into building and grounds. So this past year, we kind of brought into building and grounds, Lisa and I, once every 2 months, we go through a walk through the entire building. Come up with a long-term building program and short-term needs. And then from our committee, if it goes there, then it goes to budget to see if we have money. So it's kind of you get two sides of everything. So we'll look at a need and then we can find out if it's a possibility. But our need, usually when we go on our walks, either with Bob or with Alex, so we'll take one of the administrators with us just to point everything out.
So like things we talked about in the past is like the windows, the vinyl that we
And
put on
flooring,
those.
always flooring.
There's always
I'm passionate about
flooring. We got to talk about flooring today. But yeah, so that's what that one is. Engagement.
In communications, we talk a lot about the overall, like surveys that go out to the parents, the teachers, the students. We get those data points. We review the personnel report. We come in if anyone is moving or we want to have a new position brought in. We kind of have that conversation. I do like adding the contract review to it. I think that puts a nice piece that we feel like we've been missing a little bit on it. So I think that's a good place for that to fall.
Community outreach,
Mhm. That's kind of how do you engage the community? How do you reach to them? How do we make sure that the board is being present with what's going on and have that back and forth communication if we're able to?
With those teacher surveys, are you guys seeing their responses so you know what they're talking about? So
Yeah, I mean,
we
and
can help.
and the whole
with
board
the follow-
sees that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we kind of get the first review of it, and that way, if we have any questions, so the committees you're kind of the voice of the board without it being official. So like, you may ask a question, say, hey, I think we need more information on this. We should bring that to the board. I think they're going to care about that. But that way, we don't have to have pieces that don't necessarily need to come to the full board, can either be approved or talked about there, and not approved, but talked about there and then brought with the recommendation to the board.
The other beauty of committees is there's only 2 board members, so it's not an open meeting. Okay, so it's more of a discussion.
Right.
A closed door discussion, but a lot of the nitty gritty work gets done in committee. So that when it goes to the board, if you're not familiar with everything, which none of us are always familiar with all, if your committee says yes, you trust the people that they've done their homework.
Yeah.
And if you have questions you can bring up, but as you'll find out, there are certain questions you can ask in public meeting, certain you cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and we're more than happy
Found the
to,
hard way the first
Yeah.
time. I was like, oh my god.
And,
Alright, got it.
and we can only have 2 people in those meetings because otherwise it's a quorum. And now you didn't do an open session and we didn't do the posting of it. So that's why even though we have the alternatives,
Right.
we don't just show up to those if you're not asked to come to it, because
Okay.
otherwise we're an official meeting and we're breaking laws.
So and to his point, like if you're asked it, so like say you're in Jamaica and you're not gonna be making these phone calls and right, you'd say, oh, hey, Mary, you're my backup, can you call in?
I'm never in Jamaica, so.
So that's the point of the alternate.
Should be. So does,
Yeah, not opposed.
so does anyone have a feeling, I mean, so I personally, like, the 2 that I'm on with finance and engagement, I would
You're
like to stay on
happy.
those. I enjoy those 2. I think they
Well,
fit my
what-
strengths.
What about Melissa? Maybe since she's new, she can.
I mean, I would say one, I'm a team player, so you know whatever has to happen. But I think I would be most comfortable in like the learning academic or the engagement and communications. But I think I'd say the only one I would like really would stick with from is the financial one.
Okay.
Any other ones I'm
Control
okay.
finance?
I think you should go to finance.
Not Jamaica.
well, maybe if you embezzle enough, you can, sorry, that's all.
Oh my gosh, open meeting, Randy. So things you shouldn't say in an open meeting.
I have usually a
101.
golden rule for it.
Okay.
But seriously, with all you've done, I think finance would be great
Finance
for
makes
you.
sense.
And Jeff, I think you should stay on finance.
Yeah, I think you have the continuity of
Yeah.
losing Steven off of it and then keeping
Yes,
someone else.
100%.
Yeah.
So I can go on finance and then I can stay on one or the other of,
What if
Uh,
you stay
academics
on
or engagement?
academics, because you
Yeah.
enjoyed that a lot,
Because that's
and
what
what
I've
if,
been sharing. I mean, if you had to choose between the 2, I don't know.
have a preference, so whatever your preference is.
I mean,
I'm
I'll
just
probably
saying-
start more in engagement and communications.
Sounds good.
Thank
you.
Okay.
So you want to be on engagement and communications, Melissa, and
Yes.
learning and academics?
But I mean, if I can, but as long as everybody agrees.
So
with
Lisa,
that.
we need to,
Because I would also do safe
Okay,
order.
but
And Randy.
I think it doesn't make sense if we're trying to put personnel and we're trying to like accomplish things to put Melissa on it,
on what?
this one.
That maybe came off wrong.
I know.
I think Melissa would be a good,
I'm engagement
here on engagement, where we're doing contracts, I think you'd be great
because she has.
as an alternate.
Oh, okay.
Not just, your
Well, I'm
first
just
year,
learning,
a
so
lot
I'm
of this is
just-
gonna come
Yeah, no. it's
screaming
gonna
at
be-
you,
it already
that would be
has.
my
What are you
thought for
talking
that.
about?
That's
Okay.
fine. I'm
It's been
sorry.
a wild week.
Lisa, do you want engagement?
Yeah, or Randy, either one, me or Randy. I think should go on
Well,
it.
do you want to be on, how many committees do you want to be on?
I don't care. I want to stay.
Yeah, all of them.
We're
No, I
staying,
don't.
do you wanna stay on safe and orderly with me?
Yeah.
I don't think we should be on more than 2 committees, quite
No,
honestly.
I agree.
I think
Yeah,
that spreads people
I-
thin and also
I
just,
would agree with that.
But is anybody? Oh,
Well,
So there's
you
one
would
opening
be
left
if
on
Melissa's the
engagement.
alternate.
no, I wouldn't be because I was saying put Melissa in. So financial do Mary and Jeff. Learning do Mary and Melissa.
Yep,
Okay.
Safe is Nolan and me.
yep.
Engagement is Jeff and me.
Yep.
So nobody's on more.
And Lisa or Melissa is an alternate. So
Yeah.
do you have alternates for the other
I didn't
committees?
get that far.
I'll stay alternate on safe and orderly. Learning academics is not my strength to be on.
You can put.
Well,
You want to be the alternate? Or do you want me to?
You
Okay.
go ahead. I don't
Oh,
know,
you're the alternate for financial.
Here.
yeah.
That's fine.
Keep Randy the alternate on financial.
Yep.
Lisa, you're alternate on learning and academics?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm not an alternate, but I can't be an alternate for when I'm on, so, sorry.
That's why.
What are you talking about?
It's not like I'm gonna come
I
in
can't
and
be the
say what I
alternate for
want.
learning and
It's an
academics,
decision.
but I
You'll be
am
an
on
alternate.
learning and academics.
You will.
Well, you're
No,
about to
that's
get 2
where
other
Lisa's
things
gonna be.
voluntold to you, so you're gonna be
So,
fine.
I am not one, sorry.
And then am I the alternate on engagement and community?
No, you're
That's
No.
finance.
You're the alternate on
That's
financial.
Yeah. So.
So
Okay.
financial, I have Mary,
So this is-
Mary, myself, with Randy as the alternate.
Yep.
Okay,
Learning academics, I have Melissa, Mary, and Lisa as the alternate.
Yep.
Safe and Orderly, Randy, Lisa, myself as the alternate.
Yep.
And then Engagement, me, Lisa, and Melissa as the alternate.
That's what I
Yeah.
wrote.
Do
Okay.
we want to keep the referendum committee? Do we want to keep that for one more year, just as needed?
Yeah, it's just as needed, because we had talked about this when we came in, we're not gonna, possibly at the end of the
Maybe,
year,
yeah,
we'll
maybe.
start something up.
We have through December 20-something, like,
28.
no, this year,
Such a end of December-ish.
warranty time.
Okay.
Okay,
So to have,
Worth keeping.
so one, walking up to Safe and Orderly, we look at that stuff, but it might not be bad to have in case there's some things that pop up
Sure.
that
sounds
No
great.
we need to
Yeah.
come around to the
Okay.
board before that warranty falls off, before they don't help us as much as they currently do.
Do you want to keep the same people on it?
I think so.
That's fine, we could stay on it.
Sure.
And maybe we could just schedule a meeting,
A couple that are.
just so that we know prior to warranties and all that, just so we can kind of wrap our hands around, because it's gonna been 18 months.
Yeah,
2 years
next time they
between.
come out, I think June or, I forget, it's June or July date, I'll just invite
sounds
that
great.
committee that wants to come, and then we'll do another one in October, and then a close out in December. That's what I talked to them about,
Okay,
so we can talk about.
And then we have times that I would say, like, we could figure out,
And the each committee meeting
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
like, do the next one, and if the
Yeah.
time needs to adjust, like, keep this for the next
Can we
one,
take
and
our
then
time?
if the time needs to adjust, then we can,
What's that?
the times for
The
the meetings.
times of the subcommittee.
How we have them set
So
up?
can-
I'm open to whatever. I mean,
So keep the next one for the next round, and then we'll meet as that committee, and if we need to adjust it, we will.
So let's.
Want me to put it onto the May agenda?
we'll come up with a
Talk
date on
about
Thursday. A lot's getting done.
times.
Well, I think you can just do it in the committees, so just schedule the next committee meeting, and then,
And then like
In
if
that
a
meeting,
new
if we need
person
to
in the,
adjust it, we
in the
can.
committee can't do that time, they can change it then.
Okay.
then we have really cool, exciting opportunities for Melissa.
Yeah,
I have
Is this-
been
is
the
this a rite of
delegate for
passage?
5 years and I would like to respectfully never do that again.
Have you actually gone to it?
Yes.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
every time,
Good
but I
for
have.
you.
them.
So you have the CISA 2 delegate and the, I don't even know what WSB.
Association of School
There we go, delegate.
You
I
heard
was,
that, right?
I was that for 1 year too, and I pawned it back to Mayor.
He gave her the honor. He said it.
No, I was very excited to do it, and then a trip came up and said
The
I couldn't do
WASB
it.
delegate, there's an annual convention. It's thrilling, it really is.
I actually did the
It's
CISA, I actually did the CISA 2 event.
But you get to go
I did.
into a special
You
meeting.
did it, didn't you actually
Unfortunately, a
go,
lot of the
Lisa?
rules that they talk about are for big districts. We kind of fall out of the picture being a very small district,
You can
but
learn a
you're
lot.
exposed to a lot.
You can learn a lot.
Mhm.
And they
One
send
time.
even they send a lot of stuff, and so
They
they're good
do.
reads and
It's
stuff
good
like that.
reading.
I went to the CISA 2 one the first year I was on it, and I was so terrified they were gonna vote me to be a delegate of like one of the areas around here. I was like, eyes down. Like,
Don't make eye contact.
New sucker.
You will get a lot of information.
it was
Well,
a good meeting,
it's
but
a
like when you
great
found
way
out
to
the other stuff that like
custom
comes out of it, I was like, oh no, it's a lot.
So what's happening then? I'm a delegate of
So-
one or both of these things. What
Both.
is happening?
You're an overachiever.
We can just decide that I'm both of
You're
them?
both, yes.
No. Are you serious?
You'll learn a lot. You really will. It's not a bad thing.
When is CISA
It's
2,
not.
November?
It's like one event that for
Feeling
each
here.
one.
I think the important event, I think, is gonna be the one in Milwaukee, just because
The convention.
schools are gonna have
That's
harder and
January,
harder
that's the
finance time.
WASB.
And to get together with other board members to at least hear what they're discussing in other districts, big, small, or medium, might be good, because you just don't know what's gonna happen in 18 months come down the road.
And you'll get a list of 100 different topic points.
Yeah, because then you can always call somebody else if you need it.
Has anybody ever had to do both at the same time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
See, she doesn't trust
Don't
you
worry.
already.
Don't worry.
Right, I only trust because Natalie's
Don't
here.
worry. You're good.
I
Said,
only
welcome to
trust
Winter
Natalie.
Wonderland. I was immediately terrified.
Well, it's the way he was
No,
smiling.
isn't it only two
Yeah, it
events
was
that
a
are,
lot
like
of
one, the CISA 2 is one event.
CISA 2 has some other different events that you can go to, but you don't have to go depending on what the content is. Yeah.
Alright, well, God bless
If you
you.
need help
We can go
explaining it,
together.
Okay.
It's decided.
Thanks.
Natalie will go with you if you need to go somewhere, don't worry.
Sure.
It shirts me.
They always have it at restaurants, so, you know, you at least get to eat, right?
All right. So everyone good with committee and delegates then?
Yes.
We don't need
We need to make a motion to approve committees and delegates as
I move
presented.
to approve the committees and delegates as presented.
Second.
all in favor?
I
Aye. All opposed? All right. Meeting dates.
Does anyone have any questions with meeting dates or any problems?
I think the Monday 5:30 seems to be working.
Does that work best for you for travel?
It does because the likelihood of Monday is lower than most other days.
Of being gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, I would say like 5:45 might be a little bit
kicking in.
easier just because.
I was just checking the January one.
I would say if anything like 5:45
yeah.
might be a little bit easier just
I
because
pushed
I'm
it
usually,
so
like,
it wasn't the
running right at
convention to
5:30.
make sure.
Here,
Mondays are
leaving
good.
at 5.
Was it,
And then
was it actually like for
that one
staff
too.
to be able to
Kinda
like
pushed
We tried to
end
bring-
their
yeah, we tried
day
to
or
keep it
something
moving.
to try to be
But
sure
we
that
know it's
they're
time
there?
to double check it.
I think 5:30 works, so I don't.
Okay. And if it really doesn't work one, then
We can always adjust it if
we
we
can
need to.
adjust this. So I make a motion to approve the 2027 meeting dates and committees, or
Yeah,
meeting dates and committees as presented. We already did committees.
so just the meeting dates.
Okay,
The committee dates, yes.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Designation of depositories.
Just so you know, this is the two banks, this is allowing the school to use banks, basically. Okay? I move to continue to utilize Community State Bank, Local Government Investment Pool, and American Deposit Management, which we've used for years and years, by the way, so you know, as depositories for the district. I'm trying to explain it, so
No, you're good.
maybe you'll trust me as much as Natalie.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Appointment of legal counsel.
I move to appoint Shayna Lewis from Strang, Patson, Renning, Lewis, and Lacey as the district's legal counsel for the 2026-2027 school year.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And then we have one other one that Mary gets special notes, I just found out. that
Those
I-
notes are actually in the.
You'll get them
thing,
now.
but
I get
they're-
fancy
It's
notes
nice
now.
when it's printed.
The other thought was to perhaps to create a Randall School Board member liaison to attend Wilmot School Board meetings. If meetings are on Monday, we have their meetings on Wednesday. We talked about this last year. Did we want to try and send someone to Wilmot to get information there that we thought might be worth communicating back to our district? Last year, I think it was a hotter topic than I think it feels like this year.
Unfortunately, their topic is always a topic for us, because it's
Mhm.
affecting our open enrollment.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the
So
thought
you're
process
saying you
behind
want
it.
to be the liaison?
You know what? I would do it if someone else would. It's not gonna be something I can commit to every month.
We had like a liaison and a backup.
Yeah,
I would go with you. I'm pretty close to Wilmot, so
Okay.
like if I
If
didn't
you
have to
don't mind
go
going,
every time,
that's where I'm at
I
too.
would be okay with
Okay.
because I'm like right there.
Okay.
And I'd be a backup too if the two of you can't, but I don't really wanna be the main.
There is no man. It's a code. We're co-doing it.
Yeah.
That sounds great. If you don't mind doing it.
Well, I have
I
a
love
school
going
board
to-
member that lives on my street.
Not only that, you learn a lot from going to different school board meetings.
But it might be interesting to hear what, if something pops up that we think is worth being aware of. Okay, so I don't know, do we wanna,
When did we say? I'll look them up.
Maybe Natalie can just note.
It's just a note.
It's
Just
not
a note.
Just a note, because it's not you're not doing an official capacity kind of thing. Yeah, it's just if you can.
Come up with a list of dates for Walmart?
Sure.
Send it out to us.
I'll email Christie.
That would be awesome.
Sure.
That would be awesome, because we have.
that could
There
be like
you-
board member comments or something during the meeting
Yeah,
of.
Yeah.
those meetings are usually on Wednesdays. That's why we like to
That's why
switch
we
ours to
moved them
Monday.
Mhm. Yeah, 'cause I think a bunch of us have kids there. All right, then we have approval of teacher, professionals, professional staff compensation and salaries.
What I really need tonight, I don't really need it, because I can give contracts out that just have the same dollars on it as this year, and we can always talk about it, but I feel like we talked about it in finance, talked about it at the last board meeting, was just what the right dollar amount was for teachers. That's what I really need. Insurance right now is at like 10. We budgeted at 18, I was told. I clarified that in the big budget, so under 15, under 12, which is what we kind of always looked at. And that's without getting another option on insurance yet. We haven't seen that.
Okay, so we don't have the actual bid, we just have one bid in. What's it, 10.9?
Our current plan is like, 10.89,
Okay,
something like that,
okay.
yes.
So,
So worst case, we're below.
we're below, but at what point does the school stop absorbing a 10% pay increase?
So we talked about that last year. We had a dollar amount that we
We have, I believe we've budgeted like 10 to like 12 is what we've kind of talked, right? 8 to 12 has been the range, and that's what we've talked about each year. We budgeted 18, and it fit in the budget. Doesn't mean we take 18, but that was
I understand.
within the collective budget to keep that without turning it over to staff. So right now we're at 10, and the reason why it's coming in higher than we thought, we're not getting a lower bid from what I was told. We have some high claims coming through. So which is why you have insurance, right? It's because people have claims. But there probably would be an option of, I don't have an answer, I don't want to say probably. My gut tells me there would be an option for either switching companies or a different plan within our plan.
Okay.
But the 10% is within our budget for this year without,
When do you think you're gonna get that other bid back?
I've been asking for like the last 2 weeks and I'm not confident.
Because we have 2 more weeks left before we have to really submit bid or entertain
15th,
contracts.
The 15th.
Okay, today's 4th, so
We have
11
11 days.
I mean, so we can easily table that and.
So
if
I
can
think
get
we
together
could
in the morning-
table all of the contracts until we get to look at everything and we get the final numbers. That would be my thought process.
or it's close. So is our board meeting next week?
The
or
18th.
So
We would have to have a
we would want
special
to set, we'd
meeting.
want to set
Another
something
other-
maybe next Monday or something. Well, no,
And the other reason is that way Melissa could see what the contracts are, who's getting what, what's all involved. Because right now we're asking, and this is a terrible thing about school boards, we're asking her to come in, and not only did she get the crown of being CISA delegate and WASB delegate, but now we're asking her to approve contracts. She doesn't even know what they are.
Right,
Right.
So,
Queen of Wonderland is what names.
yeah, that's exactly where I was going. But my thought would be to table this. Let's get everyone all the documents. Let Melissa look at them. We could do a telephone call and meeting and approve them. We have 11 days. It's not like this has to be done tonight.
I'm fine with that. I think that makes sense. I think taking a look at the contracts, if we wanted to upload those into, I mean, do we want to pick a date for them? What's the late? I mean, I know it's the 15th.
I can get you, I mean, like,
What's the last date that you would? So if we have to have it by the 15th, what's the date that you would feel comfortable with us approving at the latest? If the numbers don't come in by the 13th, are we comfortable having a meeting on the 13th?
Yeah.
To like that's.
And then we just commit to where we're at.
Yeah. When would you want
for
them by
the,
the
for the,
latest?
for the teacher contracts? Yeah. I mean, the 13th would be the last moment.
Okay, so do you want to go a little bit?
No, I'm saying like that would be like.
What if we give it 1 week and go till the 11th? That way we'd all have the weekend to review stuff.
Mhm.
We can get together on the 11th, talk about it. If there's something to talk about, we approve everything and we could do, are you available for like a morning call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, like, it would have to be like at 8. Otherwise, my day is pretty,
Okay.
you go at 8, or you go at 8.
I could do 8.
I can do 8.
I couldn't do the afternoon on Monday.
Yeah, my day is pretty.
I'd rather do it in the morning.
Yeah, I would.
If I
I
have,
could
I'd
do
rather
the
this
evening,
afternoon.
or
so
I
we have
could
time
do
for-
7.
We're talking the 11th?
Yeah.
8
That way
a.m.
everyone can review stuff over the weekend.
If we have it.
The contracts, any contract you want approved, I think we
So
should.
do you want a
Yeah.
sample of a teacher contract?
Yeah, we don't need every
So I'm
single.
like, okay, because I'm like, I
So
can't.
so I think any unique contract. So a
Yep.
sample of a teacher.
Yep.
If the administrator wants, like, if the maintenance is different than the
So-
administrative assistant.
Sure, so the maintenance and the maintenance and the administrative assistant were approved last year.
Right.
Okay.
So those are just, those are,
Just the
Nope.
percent.
yes, that was like, so that, those, that,
Percentage of it.
I'm gonna use Natalie because she's here, you don't mind.
Not at all.
Her contract was 25, 26, 27, 28.
Yeah.
This just rolls, and then in December,
Yeah.
we can decide, do we want Natalie to have 2 years, 1
Yes,
year, or you just get back, if we wanna
Okay.
get back. I feel like I've heard wanting to get as many as we can to that 1 year versus the 2s where it's applicable or doable. So that's kind of what I tried to.
And so do all hourly people get the same benefits? Are there any exceptions? If so, I would love to see those as well.
So there's, yeah, okay. Does
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so there are some tiers depending on the employee.
Okay, depending on I would love to see because I didn't know we had tiers. So I've already been here for,
No, yeah, no, it's, yeah, there's one group that does. But yeah.
okay, if we could look at those, just so we can expose Melissa to that as well.
I'll pull what we have.
Okay.
So we do have the personnel report. Do we want to?
There's really, I
So he
mean,
wants to table
you can
that.
table.
Even
you
table,
can-
even table the personnel report too.
There's nothing on there that needs
Need to
to,
be done now.
Needs to be done.
your contracts were the ones that I was hoping,
That we were looking
You
for.
can hope.
I was hoping, cause it was just gonna be done, but
I
it's all right.
understand that.
It's all good. I'll email Chris tonight and just ask if there's an update and just tell him my
But
hope is a deadline of like the 11th, so
Well, you
So realistically,
I don't-
we would
the
need to
11th
see them
because
on the-
I'm not sure I'm gonna,
on
I can get you
Friday.
the drafts of all the contracts, that's not the problem, I just might not know about the insurance.
And if the insurance doesn't come in and,
We know
I
what we
mean,
have.
we have what we have, we go with it and just say, here's where we're at. I mean, if they don't wanna put a bid in, if you've been requesting for a couple of weeks, they don't want that business.
Okay.
Okay?
But that way we're all seeing the contracts that we're approving.
Yeah. It's starting the process of what we're doing in engagement.
No,
Just with this one starting
exactly.
ahead of time.
Now, I do have a question. We've always based our raises to staff. I thought really close tied to CPI. We came in 2.67. Now we're at 3.1. What were the two numbers? 3.1,
3.2.
3.2.
3.1 or 3.2?
3.1 or 2. Why are we are we just taking the extra savings from the insurance?
So
And putting
in,
it in
in
there?
finance and then last meeting, I just shared what the area's average was, which is about 3.4.
Okay.
And so that was just that
And
was,
last meeting, we had talked about cost of living increase, and it's closer to like a 2.9 or something
Yeah, it
that
was
you
like
looked
2.8,
up, so
2.9 for the cost of living. And that was like the average one across the country.
so we talked about
I think
3.
that's sort of just
And
put it,
then I said,
around
within
3.
our budget, we did at finance, and last meeting, we said 3, 3.1, and 3.2 all could, depending on where insurance falls, could be within the budget range for consideration. And that would be up to the board to decide.
So what we talked about in the finance meeting was with cost of living being essentially at that 2.8, 2.9, the increases we're seeing around similar schools at 3.4. If we kind of in between the two, we're probably in a competitive space where we are not well below where the competitors are, but we're not just doing cost of living and that's it. But not extending ourselves too much. So that's kind of where we landed on that one.
Okay.
I deferred to financial committee. You would know it more than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can, and I don't think there's a huge swing from 3.0, 3.1 to 3.2. Like, I think it's obviously numbers, but it's not like $1 million swing one way or the other. So, if we're going to table that, just need a motion to
I make a
table.
motion to table the approval of teacher, paraprofessional, professional staff compensation salaries and personnel report, because I believe that would, it kind of encompasses everything there.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And that's in.
I make a motion to
Wait,
adjourn.
sorry, really
Oh.
quick. So when we do the meeting on the 11th, can we do closed session, or can we just add that later?
Yeah, I was going to talk to Bob and
Okay.
we might want to do a closed session on that one, so I'll chat with you guys after this real quick.
Sure.
Sorry.
Sounds good.
No, we're good.
That's fine.
Do that in the motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed?